Welcome back, everybody. How much do you like C4? Well, my guess is that if you're anything like me, it's a decent bit. And in this case, it's still just a decent bit. Here, we have the C4 Popsicle collection, which consists of cherry, grape, Hawaiian pineapple, and the oh-so-elusive creamsicle. And the reason I call it elusive is because not only is it newer than these three, but it's also kind of hard to find even now, and it's been out for well over a year at this point. Moreover, that creamsicle I had to get from a vending machine at Walmart, of all places. I have seen it at certain gas stations, but I honestly don't remember where, and I didn't feel like looking for it, so I just got it there. Those two you can get at Walmart and pretty much anywhere else. That one used to be available at most places, and now it's just at some gas stations and whatever else. I found that one pretty quickly, but the fact that I had to search for it was kind of a pain in the ass. Anyway, we're here to try them all, because this is a great collection that I used to have such an adoration for, but that was a long time ago, so I want to see if my opinions have changed on it. And in order to try these, we're going to be doing it in the order of which I discovered their existence, starting with cherry. Now, cherry is interesting to me because it doesn't taste like your typical cherry flavored drink, but we'll get into that later. I just remember the night I discovered it, which was, ironically, at a Walmart, albeit not one I typically go to, and it was probably around, I want to say 9:30 or 10 p.m., so way too late for me to be having 200 milligrams of caffeine. But something happened when I drank it, something in my throat that just made me cough. And I was sitting in my friend's car and I spit the thing all over his windshield. It was a very interesting moment, but it doesn't define my opinion of this drink. What does is the smell test, not really, and the taste test, which we should do right now. Alright. It smells like absolutely nothing. So with that being said, let's have a taste test. Bottoms up. Alright. Tastes pretty much exactly how I remember it. Tastes like cherry. Kinda does taste like a popsicle. Not, not an incredible amount, but it does a little bit. It's got that cherry flavor. It's pretty rich. It's nice. Not overly carbonated, but not undercarbonated. Pretty good. I'll give it a solid 7.5, because it's not something I'd probably ever buy again. I just don't love it the way I used to. But you know what? Still pretty good. So, good job, C4. Next up, grape. Now, this one, I don't want to explain how I feel about this one already. I'm sure you could already tell, but I have had all four of these at some point in the past. Grape was one that I didn't actually see for a while. I only knew about cherry for a little bit, and then I discovered the grape a few weeks later, and I was like, oh, well, I like the cherry, so I have to have this, and I bought it, and I tried it immediately. And I don't even remember when that was, or where I was, or what time of day, or anything. What I do remember is that it was definitely not what I was expecting. I do remember now, I was in college, sitting in the parking lot right before class. It was a good day. But now, I'm still in college, I am not sitting in the parking lot, and I don't have class today. So with that being said, let's crack her open, get a sniff, get a taste. Good pop on that one. Well, much like the cherry, it doesn't really have any of a smell. It has a slight grape smell, but apart from that, kind of smells like nothing. So with that being said, bottoms up. Wow. I think they changed the formula on this one, because I remember it being a very muted grape flavor that tasted nothing like a grape popsicle. And now it's much more grape juice tasting. Still doesn't really taste like a popsicle at all, but it tastes more natural grape. if you've had, like, Welch's grape juice, wink, wink, that is kind of a similar taste to this, minus, this has a little bit of carbonation in it, which I think really adds to it. It's pretty good. Thank God. Oh, I guess I should mention, I'm probably going to give this like an 8 or 8.5. 8 on the Brandometer. It's good enough. Next up, Hawaiian pineapple. Now, much like the grape, I didn't know about this one's existence for quite some time. For the longest time, I thought the only two popsicle flavors were cherry and grape. And then one day, don't remember where I was, I just happened to see this, and I was like, Hawaiian pineapple? What? And I was like, wow, I have to try it. And I didn't buy it, and I don't think I tried it again for another, week or so. Probably because I already had a drink that day, and I didn't want to go out of my way to buy it. But then I did buy it, and it was definitely something. So, in order to truly explain what it was, we're going to have to crack her open and get a taste. Alright, now this one has a smell. It smells like pineapple. In fact, if I had to really compare it to anything, it kind of smells like the Nautical Nonsense Dr. Squatch soap and deodorant. No, I'm not sponsored. I just really like Dr. Squatch. And if you know me in real life, you know I won't shut the fuck up about it. So with that being said, let's get a taste of this beautiful thing. And once again, it just tastes like pineapple. Not much of a popsicle taste at all, but in this case, I don't mind. This is really good. And that's weird, because I'm not huge on pineapple drinks. They're good, but they're definitely not my go-to. This is probably my favorite of any one that I've had. And I don't know. I don't even remember what it tasted like when I first had it. I just now know that it's better than what I remember, because I remember it being like, when I first had it. This is pretty good, and I'm going to have to give it a solid 8.5 on the Brandometer. Thank you, C4, for creating pineapple. And of course, last but certainly not least, the oh-so-dreamy orange dreamsicle. Oh, I'm sorry. Creamsicle. Wow! Now, the reason I didn't know about this one for so long is because it didn't come out until well after the other three were already a thing. And this one was its own separate, somewhat hyped up release from C4, and I could not find it for the longest time. It was nowhere. No gas stations, no stores, no vending machines. Could not find it anywhere for the life of me. My friend took a trip, and he found it, and he brought one back for me. And I tried it, and I was like, oh, cool, I finally have it. And then I still couldn't find it for a while, but it is available in a select few places. Like I said, my Walmart has vending machines that have it, and then I think I've seen it at 2 other gas stations, but I honestly don't remember where. So, we're going to try it again and see how much I like it, because those look mighty good. But do they reflect the taste of the actual drink? Well, that's what we're here to find out. So, without further ado, oh yeah, look at how fizzy. Well, it smells like orange and slightly creamy, so we're going to find out if that's accurate to the taste. Bottoms up. Okay. Not much of a cream taste, but a lot of orange. There is a slight bit of cream, you notice it, because it's not just straight up orange. It's pretty good. And honestly, I think it might even be better than when I originally had it. And so it seems like C4 is improving the taste of their drinks overall, because a lot of these things, a lot of the C4s I've been trying recently have been better than the first time I had them, months ago. So it's nice to see that they really are improving, and I'm very thankful for that. For that, I'm going to have to give this another 8.5 on the Brandometer. It's not the best thing I've ever had, but it is pretty good, and I'd say it definitely competes with Ghost's Orange Cream, which We'll just have to see how that one is another time. But for right now, this is really damn good. And of course, it's not really a collection without Destruction of Thine Soul. Once again, we shall be creating a King's Chalice, because why else would I make a collection video? This is the way to do it. Do they combine? Probably not. Here's how we find out. Starting with the cherry. Then grape. Then pineapple. And of course, creamsicle. I may have poured way too much here, but take a look at all that. It's like somewhat piss yellow. It smells like the pineapple. That is all I smell. So, let's taste it. Oh, God. It's just grape with, like, all the other flavors trying to attack the grape flavor, like stabbing it with little knives. And all I taste is, like, a grape wave with little sharp, painful speckles of the other flavors. That's really fucked up. I'm gonna have to do it again. Oh, God. I poured it on me. Okay, needless to say, you really should not mix these four and make a King's Chalice out of it. It doesn't end well, and it's really fucking with my entire esophageal system. So, I'm feeling just peachy right now. Not to talk about actual peach drinks, wink wink, but that was weird. So, thank you, C4, for improving your flavors, but God, could you please just make them mixable for once?